China continues to be in illegal occupation of approximately 38,000 sq km of Indian territory in the Union Territory of Ladakh for the last 6 decades, Minister of State for External Affairs V. Muralidharan informed Lok Sabha on Friday. Further, under the so-called China-Pakistan Boundary Agreement signed in 1963, Pakistan illegally ceded 5,180 sq km of Indian territory in Shaksagam Valley from areas illegally occupied by Pakistan in Union Territory Ladakh, the minister said in a written reply to a question. Replying to a question of Bahujan Samaj Party MP Shyam Yadav Singh, Muralidharan said, Government of India has never recognized the so-called China-Pakistan Boundary Agreement of 1963 and has consistently maintained that it is illegal and invalid. The fact that the entire Union territories of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh are an integral and inalienable part of India has been clearly conveyed to Pakistani and Chinese authorities several times. Having successfully deployed and tested the K-9 Vajra Howitzers in the Ladakh sector, the Indian Army plans to deploy K-9 Vajra Howitzers in the high-altitude mountains in the central and eastern line sector of actual control with China. The Indian Army had deployed the Made in India guns in Ladakh in the March to April timeframe last year and the eastern Ladakh sector. It was very effective in those areas where they could move at high speeds and reach the frontline areas quickly. The trials of the guns have been very successful, and now the plan is to order 200 more of these howitzers and deploy them in the high-altitude mountainous region in the central sector including Uttarakhand and eastern sector including Sikkim and Arunachal Pradesh in areas where armored vehicles can be moved swiftly, government sources told ANI. The performance of the Howitzer has been very good. It fulfills the requirements of the Indian Army in high-altitude areas. Pakistan's Baluchistan is witnessing a tide of violence as the Baluchistan Liberation Army continues to carry out attacks in the province, with recent attacks on security posts in Pakistan that resulted in the death of 7 Pakistani soldiers and 13 terrorists. 41 soldiers and civilians died in January 2022, and the toll could cross 50 and more. Umair Farooq, writing for Pakistan's weekly Friday Times, said that Pakistan is back to the situation where it has to face 2 insurgencies, one in the northwest led by the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, also known as Pakistani Taliban. The other was in the south, led by Baluchistan Liberation Army. Military officials said that the deployment of the 1st Regiment of the S400 Triumph missile systems is likely to be completed at an airbase in Punjab by February. They said that the Indian Air Force has initiated the deployment process of the missile system, and it will take at least 6 more weeks to complete. According to a PTI report, the 1st Regiment of the S400 Air Defense System, 2 terrorists of Lashkar-e-Taiba were neutralized by Jammu and Kashmir police in an encounter at the Jakura area of Srinagar city. One of the terrorists killed in the encounter has been identified as Ikhlaq Hajam, Kashmir's Inspector General of Police Vijay Kumar said. Hajam was involved in the recent killing of Head Constable Ali Muhammad Ghani in Anantnag's Hasanpura. Kumar said that incriminating materials, including 2 pistols, were recovered from the site.